Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, we are from Group 1. These are our group members and our turn order in this presentation video. Let me start with the introduction. So, what is the significance of wastewater management in the food industry? Water demand increases due to scarcity of drinking water, and water is much needed in food industry. Hence, wastewater reuse is essential. Other than that, ecological risks that pose from wastewater. Food and agricultural wastewater are a significant cause of pollution in the environment. So, proper management is crucial to avoid contamination to the environment and drinking water supply. However, there are challenges faced in managing wastewater. First, there are different range of waste in food industry. For example, poultry, dairy products, fruits, and many more. Therefore, food processing wastewater contains a wide range of contaminants including nutrients, nitrogenous organics, inorganics, high levels of chemical oxygen demand, and many more. If it is discharged directly into the water, it must be treated to levels that will not disrupt public own treatment works when discharged to sewers. In Malaysia, we have Environmental Quality Act 1974 that restricts the discharge of waste into the environment in contravention of the acceptable conditions. Second, there may be technological performance issues when treating wastewater. For instance, a runoff of excessive nutrient that particularly happen during cold weather. Besides, the technology used may have its drawbacks and need special requirements. For example, anaerobic treatment, which its byproduct is methane gas that can generate power. However, it is low, temperature sensitive, and require large facilities. Next, these are the topics that will be presented in this presentation video.
Basically, various types of organic acid are released into the wastewater, especially the industry that utilize organic acid as a reagent, such as beverage industry and any other food industry that incorporate food preservatives in their production. There are several types of source of organic acid pollutants that could be found in wastewater. These are including pesticides, herbicides, artificial dyes, and preservatives that contains organic acid. They are present in wastewater can be harmful towards environment, including plants and animals, particularly when they are high in concentration. Hence, proper disposal or treatment of wastewater containing organic acid is needed. Various techniques can be used to treat the organic pollutants from the wastewater, but it was reported that absorption is the only process that could treat organic acid waste the most efficient way. Generally, absorption wastewater treatment is a process of transference of mass, where one or more substance that we call adsorbate present in a liquid stream is transferred in a selective way to the surface of a porous solid that we call adsorbent. Adsorbent is the major key players in this process. As the adsorption progresses, an equilibrium of adsorption of the organic acid between the water and absorbent is attained through physical bonding or chemical bonding. This process is preferred in treating organic acid due to its high efficiency, low cost, simple operation, high range of recovery, specific selectivity, and recyclability compared to all other water treatment processes.
Now, I will talk about the removal of color pigment from wastewater. In food industry, colorants are being used to make food more appetizing because colorant can enhance the existing color of food which are lost during manufacturing. There are two categories of colorant. Firstly, natural colorants such as carotenoid, anthocyanin, and chlorophyll. And secondly, synthetic colorants which are produced by full chemical synthesis or by chemical modification. Color pigment need to be removed from wastewater because there are harmful effects of colored wastewater. The addition of even a small amount of color pigment will affect the balance of aquatic system by decreasing the gas solubility, transparency, and photosynthesis activity, which is required for survival of aquatic flora and fauna. To remove color pigment from wastewater, some treatment technology are being used. Firstly, by physical method, which involve membrane filtration, coagulation, and adsorption. And for chemical method, it involves electrocoagulation, electrochemical reduction, or ozonation. And the third method is by biological method, which can be done either by anaerobic process or aerobic process by using microorganisms for fungal degradation, bacterial degradation, and enzymatic degradation, or by using yeast. All these microbes are able to degrade specific type of color pigment. The fourth method is by advanced method. These methods are generally called advanced oxidation process (AOP). It involves the production of oxidants and hydroxyl radicals for the degradation of pollutants. However, in recent decades, the most frequent technique used is advanced oxidation process (AOP), biological treatment, and adsorption. So here is the comparison between the three techniques according to the advantages and disadvantages of the method used.
As definition, heavy metals are defined as a group of metal and metalloid that have a relatively higher density than water. These heavy metals can be present in the environment naturally or through anthropogenic sources such as industrial discard, automobile exhaust, and mining. Due to the fact that most heavy metals exhibit toxicity even at lower concentration and are associated with various health effects, they are regarded as carcinogen, mutagen, or teratogen. Cadmium, lead, and mercury are examples of heavy metals that have received more attention due to their toxicity for the last decade. So, there are several methods that can be used to treat wastewater containing heavy metal that can be classified as conventional method and current method. For conventional method, they include chemical precipitation, ion exchange, and electrochemical removal. One of the common conventional methods that is widely used is the chemical precipitation, which requires a precipitation agent like lime or limestone. This method is also affected by the major parameter, which is the pH adjustment to the basic condition around 9 to 11 for a better precipitation. This type of conventional method may be used due to its advantages of a simple and safe process, low equipment requirement, and precipitation agent availability at a low cost. This method also has several disadvantages, such as requiring a lot of chemical for sludge production, requiring further treatment, slow metal precipitation, and poor settling. Next, in terms of current methods, several have received attention, including adsorption on new absorbent, membrane filtration, photocatalysis, and electrodialysis. However, adsorption on a new absorbent is a method that are considered in terms of alternative method that is widely used. By definition, this method is known as the mass transfer process, by which a substance is transferred from the liquid phase to the surface of a solid and become bound by a physical or chemical interaction. Essentially, this method involves the use of new absorbents that are derived from the agricultural waste, industrial byproduct, natural material, or modified by polymer, which is more cost-saving. For the process mechanism, it only involves three main steps despite the variety of adsorbent used. Firstly, the transport of the pollutant from the bulk solution to the solvent surface takes place. Then, adsorption on the particle surface occurs before transport finally occurs within the solvent particle.
The insoluble proteins. So what is insoluble proteins? Insoluble proteins are proteins that are insoluble in water, but they can be soluble in lipids or all medium or with detergents. In general, these insoluble proteins are found in the cell membrane or closely associated to the membrane. They may also be formed due to misfolding of generally soluble proteins. So basically, insoluble proteins is equal to the fibrous protein. So the fibrous protein examples are such keratins, collagens, myosins, and also elastins. Next is the removal of insoluble proteins. The way we can remove the insoluble protein is by precipitation. Precipitation is a process which comprises adding to the wastewater a water-soluble carboxymethyl cellulose, which in 1% by weight solution in water at 25 degrees Celsius has a viscosity determined in a Brookfield viscometer from 25 to 900 centibars and removing the precipitate form. The precipitate form later, which comprises protein and carboxymethyl cellulose, may be removed from the wastewater by any suitable method such as filtration and centrifugation.
That's all from us. Hope our video enlightens you about the removal of organic acid, color pigments, heavy metals, and insoluble proteins from wastewater.